4. I owned a home that had a pretty little meadow, about 1.5 acres. The front portion was planted in native grasses that grew to about 1 foot tall. Then there was a bigger section of native wildflowers. Then there was our garden, surrounded by a deer fence. The upper portion of the meadow was lined with poplar trees. One night one of our local Yahoo teenagers decided it would be fun to do donuts in our meadow. The next day I dropped a poplar tree, about 10-inch diameter, across the upper part of the meadow and carefully limbed it. I hid it in the grass as well as I could. We worked our tails off to recover as much of the garden as we could. Sure enough, a couple of weeks later, they were back, except their pickup hit an unexpected obstacle that ruined the front end and it got stuck when it bounced over the tree trunk. When I woke up and saw what I had caught, I got a logging chain and padlocks and locked my catch to the tree trunk. Soon there were irate teenager that wanted their pickup back. My shotgun, German Shepherd, and I disagreed with that idea. An irate father showed up and demanded I release my catch. I will be glad to release it when the upper and middle parts of the meadow are restored and I am compensated for all the vegetables that were ruined. That didn't seem fair to him, so he left and came back with a sheriff's deputy. The deputy listened to both sides of the story, told dad and son that what I wanted sounded reasonable. He then proceeded to inform me, in front of them, the process for claiming my catch and obtaining a clear title. He also told me what the impound fee was at the local impound lot, reminding me that the fee should be declared as income on my taxes. I was warned that if I dropped another tree across the truck, I was responsible for cleaning up any soil contamination. If that was what I chose to do, I should properly drain all the fluids from my yard art. The kids started work the next day. When everything was repaired and they agreed to pay $200 per month until the next planting season, I released my catch. 5. I was doing laundry at my apartment. Money was tight and a dryer was 75 cents. Quarters were hard to get on weekends as no one wanted to give change. I had just put my wet clothes in the apartment laundry room dryer, inserted the money and started it. The laundry room was right next to my apartment. I went out after 15 minutes to check on my other dryer and I saw all of my wet clothes laying in the dirt outside the laundry room. My dryer was running with someone else's clothes. I was beyond angry. Now all of my work clothes were wet and muddy. Back in my apartment, my friend's son had left a box of assorted broken crayons. I threw them in the stolen dryer and started it back up. I was able to hang my clothes all over my apartment overnight to get them dry. After the crayon trick, no one ever messed with my laundry again. I learned this trick from being a kid with crayons in my pants pocket when mom went to do the wash. Note: several people have mentioned that I'm a bad person because I ruined the dryer in question. I actually went out later with cleaning supplies to clean up the potential mess. There was no wax in the dryer, just crayon wrappers in the lint screen. Apparently the wax just stuck to the dryer pirate's clothes. 6. My ex-wife posted a picture on Facebook of a brand new car she got. I posted a picture of a court order for her $8,000 child support debt. She deleted her account and hasn't been on Facebook for years. The car was repoed in less than a year. Have a lawyer for the child support now. She owes $11,000. She doesn't know yet. Garnished wages, anyone? 7. It was a party. He was hassling a girl and calling her boyfriend Scraggly Jesus. 50 kilo, 110 pounds. Me asked him to stop. 100 kilo. He lifted me under the armpits and pinned me against the wall while lecturing me on minding my own business in front of 50 or 60 partygoers. A few of his friends told him to stop, and he did. I left the party. 3 days later, I saw him get out of an open convertible in the parking lot and leave it open. My eyes happened upon the poison ivy growing along the fence. Knowing my tolerance was high, after many severe and very itchy cases, I tore off a dozen leaves and rubbed them all over his steering wheel and seat before tossing them away at the fence again. I then went back into work and washed my hands thoroughly. I had a light case on my hands. He spent 3 weeks looking very pink from the medication, and very unhappy and never able to figure out why the poison ivy kept spreading to new areas.